roll with it. I mean, roll with the punches. I mean, just dip, dive, move, do whatever you got to do. We burn it down because we burn it down. We ain't paying nobody else to burn it down. Just gonna tell that rust, stop. You know, old bird up there pooped on it one time. Well, hey, y'all. Welcome back to RevStoration. Yep, we hadn't went anywhere. We hadn't disappeared. I promise you we're still here. We've had a whole bunch of stuff going on, but boy, we're so happy to be back. Yep, no old man today. We haven't seen him. He's not around. He's working. He's got a lot of things going on. We're going to share some of the things that we've had going on lately. But y'all, I've got you ever get them wild hairs where you think, well, hey, I ain't done this in a while. I wonder if I can still do it. Well, I had one of those wild hairs recently, and I'm wondering, you know, I don't have an abundance of time. It seems like the summertime, you ought to have extra time. Well, in the summertime, it seems like I've had 0 time. So in the little bit of time I got, I'm gonna see if I still got it. If having fun was against the law, we would be guilty as charged. All we are is shady shade tree mechanics from Butts County. Yep, the tail end of the world, just having fun. If you're interested in this kind of journey, come along. I'm David, I go by Rev here on YouTube. My daddy, also known as the old man, my wife, Nikki T. All we like to do is have fun and enjoy ourselves. So if you're interested in that journey, if you're interested in not learning how to do it, but just seeing the craziness of how we do it, come along for the journey here on RevStoration. All right, y'all, years ago now, boy, that's a good looking Falcon. Years ago, I used to play around with not only fixing them, getting them running, but I actually made them look pretty. Now, I know y'all seen some of our stuff and you say, Rev, ain't no way. I remember one year I probably bought 7 or 8 automobiles. These were newer ones. I bought some little Bronco 2s. Man, they back in style. I wish I had them. I mean, just some of these little rigs, got them up and going, rebuilt a few engines, redid some interiors, and guess what I did to them? Whoo! I put a paint job on them. I mean, made them look slick. I even sold one to a fella in the church that I belong to. Ended up, I think, getting a Chihuahua and $200. I mean, I was something now. I mean, I was making all kind of money. Y'all can tell I'm just uber rich. Just kidding. But we got this one here. And yep, it was given to us, and we've got it up and running. And I wonder if I can still paint. It's probably been 15 years since I put paint through a sprayer, that long. I wonder if I still got it. I want to do the whole thing, but guess what? I want to practice first. I don't want to just do one. I don't know if y'all ever do that, if y'all ever try to practice, but here it is. This is the 1960, I think it's a 63. 1963. Isn't it a 1963? Yeah, it is. 1963 Ford Falcon 2-door. It's a post. It's not a hard top. It's not a bubble top like I got over there. That's a 1962. But this 1963 here, yep, if you look at her, she needs a lot. I mean, fender ain't bolted on. You can tell it looks like it needs a, yep, needs a lot of paint. Got a little rust starting in the bottom of the door here. We got a little indention there. I might be able to beat out. Yeah, you can see here where this quarter round here went down, and I am not 100% positive if that somebody put this quarter on it. I need to get on the inside. Yeah, but there's something some doohickey gonna have to be done here. If you can see that, there was a little bit of Bondo. I don't know if that, I really can't tell if somebody put that quarter on it. I think they may have, but I mean, this here is almost real and natural. But look around it. I mean, you got some people say leave it like it is. But y'all, I got a lot of rigs. I mean, I got a lot of rigs I want to paint. Now this one right here, this is my Pinto. Now, I've got an awesome viewer that has actually sent me some stuff to work on the interior of the Pinto. The Pinto's running, she'll crank up and run, she'll drive, gets good gas mileage. It could be my everyday little get around car. Just as long as I'm not rear-ended, I'll be all right. But I like it. But I want to paint it grabber blue. I want to paint it all the way back to the way it is. But y'all, it's been 15 years since I run any paint through the sprayer. Even this one, yep, this is the old 67. I could paint this old 67 Galaxy. It wouldn't take too much to get her going again. I could put paint on that and make it a little bit more valuable car. And yep, there's a 62. Y'all, I got a bunch that I could actually be painting and working on. I mean, even the old Danger Ranger. She could use a paint job, but if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have to practice. So that's the plan. Today, I'm gonna practice, and I'm gonna see if I can put paint on a car and actually make it look halfway decent. Now you say, Rev, you gonna paint that whole car today? I didn't say I was painting the whole car. I'm gonna paint a whole fender. Now y'all listen now. When you're working on a rig, boy, that's too bright. Woo! When you're working on these rigs and you're getting ready to paint them, you want to secure whatever you're painting really well. Not only do you want to secure it, you want to have it in a highly ventilated area. It would be all best if you could have it where there are no dust and no bugs, and it's best to have it inside of a paint booth whenever you're painting. But friends, this is RevStoration, and we ain't got none of those. I mean, look at here, y'all. My fender is nicely secured on a Costco 3-step premium folding step stool. And I mean, it's just got just enough wobble in it. I mean, look at that. That baby ain't going nowhere. But we gonna do our sanding and our cleaning, and I might bring a table out here. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough as it sits, but I've got a lot that I could do to it. We're gonna do some rubbing and cleaning and polishing and priming, and I mean, we got a whole bunch we want to get done to this, and we want to get this fender here done up right. And my idea is, now this is just my thinking, if I can do this fender and make this fender look good, I can do a whole car. I mean, I think I can. So the kicker is, can I make this fender look like a nicely, yeah, even not a 15 footer, but at least a 5 footer or 10 footer. I'm 5 foot away now. If I can get back here and that fender look halfway decent, I'm gonna call it good. All right, y'all, one of the first things that I noticed about this fender, of course, this fender's not perfect. This car's not gonna be perfect, and I'm really not attempting to make it perfect. If I was, probably wouldn't use this fender. It's got a little bit of rust that's starting here in this corner. All that rust that is starting in there. A few little spots have flaked off. What I want to do is I want to kill all of the rust in the underneath side. So this is the underneath side of the fender. I'm going to start there because I don't want to go backwards. So what I'm going to do, yes, these are not sunglasses. No, I'm not trying to look cool. These are just to protect my eyeballs. I don't know if y'all know it, but these little things, somebody sent me these in the mail. Appreciate it. I'm gonna put it to use here in just a minute. I can't remember who sent them, but whoever sent these, thank you. But look on there, it says wear eye protection. Y'all know why? Them little things come out like darts. I've had them stick in my shirt, had them stick in my face. I've had them close to stick in my eyeball. So wear eye protection. I'm not trying to look cool. I'm trying to keep my eyeballs. So when y'all see me in these, always trying to be cool. Somebody said that one time. Yo, I'm married, I got 2 kids. The last thing I want to be is cool. I promise you. But I do want to be able to see my daughter walk down the aisle. I do want to have an opportunity to keep my eyeballs. So yes, I use these. Even when we try to act like we're not trying to be safe, me and the old man are always trying to be safe. Most of the time. So what I'm gonna do, put these on. I'm gonna grind as much of this off as I can, and then I'm just gonna spray some black rust preventative on the inside of this, and we're gonna call the inside done. I promise y'all there's not much rust on it. Okay, I take that back. There's a pile. So really what I'm doing is I'm knocking down, some of this is undercoating spray or maybe asphalt from 40 years ago that came up on the tires. I'm gonna try to knock this down, get it cleaned off as much as I can. Like I say, I'm not trying to be pretty or perfect. I'm just trying to get it knocked back. I'll get it sprayed off, dusted off, and then I'm just gonna hit it with some satin black. I got the sanding and knocked some of the flakes of old paint and rust, and I said 1950 asphalt. I know it's a 1963. I was being facetious. One of the things that you got to do is you got to get all that out of there before you paint it. So I've got just the tool needed. Of course, just a good old yard rake. I mean, okay. It's, no, that ain't gonna work. So to get all of it out, of course, I just got my compressor. And of course, I'm just gonna blow it. Compressor's going off in the back. Y'all, one of the things we like to do here on RevStoration, once again, this is not a know-how channel. I'm not an expertise at anything, I can promise you that. If you've watched our channel, you know it. But one of the things we like to do here is just to give people comfort that if you want to try it, try it. If it works, great. If it don't, you still got to pay somebody else to do it. Here at RevStoration, we try a lot of stuff, and it usually turns out all right. If I can do anything for you, I can just give you a little bit of encouragement that it's all right to fail. It's all right to try something. Thank goodness that went off. It's all right to try something, and if it don't work, then just roll with it. I mean, roll with the punches. I mean, just dip, dive, move, do whatever you got to do. I promise y'all that's one of the things we do here. I'm not telling you this is exactly how to do it. I'm telling you this is how I'm doing it. And if you want to do it this way, I promise you it'll be okay too. Won't nobody fuss at you for doing what you want to your own stuff. Me and the old man have that agreement with our stuff. If we burn it down, we burn it down because we burn it down. We ain't paying nobody else to burn it down. And I ain't aiming for pretty, I'm aiming for done. Now all this is going to do is any of that little rust, hopefully this rust preventative, which is what they say it is, will go to preventing rust. In a well ventilated area, by the way. I do have a mask I should be wearing, but if I smell paint, so that's what we're going to do to the whole inside. Couple 3 coats of paint, make sure we get it nice and covered. Now, a lot of times when you do this, you find paint runs from other folks from a long time ago. You couldn't see it with all the dirt on it. You put shiny black or satin black on it, and guess what you can find? You can find runs. So all this right here, see all that? That was runs from Ford Motor Company a long time ago. You say, oh, David, you can touch them. Oh, Rev, you got it. That's your fault. No, this has been sitting like this. How's a run going to run this way, run up a thing and come down? No, them ain't mine. I ain't taking credit for it. This right here might be mine, but it ain't. It really ain't mine. But you see, all I did is put some black paint on this. All that is just gonna tell that rust, stop. You know, you ain't going no further. At least I hope that's what it does. So I'm gonna let this dry, then I'm gonna flip it over, and we're gonna begin to prepare the surface for some paint. All right, y'all, while the paint's drying, I'm over here, of course, got some Harbor Freight goodies. I thought I could put this unit, this doohickey, on my polisher here. Yep, I'm watching Puddin play around with some wiring in his old Chevy. But I was wanting to have this on this, and then I bought this. But the kicker is this little polisher here has a little bitty small one there instead of the big one, like the angle grinder has. So I guess it'll just be old 1-speed angle grinder action for my sander. And I got another orbital sander here, palm sander, to make it work. By the way, that underneath wasn't perfect, but it's black, and hopefully it ain't gonna be rusty in 10 more minutes. All right, y'all, I'm just starting on some 120 action. It's coming right off. It's literally coming right off. So I'm gonna straighten that up, and man, I'm just gonna zip, zip, zip. It'll be off in 5 minutes. All right, remember I told y'all I had a busy life. I'm grateful for it. My baby girl's getting her braces removed next week, so they got to look at them this week to see if they can take them off next week, and I'm taking her. But here it is. Of course, I'm just getting the paint off of it. Is that smooth enough to paint? Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm getting old. Is that smooth enough to paint? No, it ain't. But what I'll do is I'll hit it with a coat of primer, and then I'll come over it with my sand. Then I'll wet sand it, go through. I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be ready. I mean, it's gonna be ready to receive paint when I paint it. I can guarantee that before I do it. But it's just stage one. I'm back from getting Reagan's teeth looked at, and the doctor said it was good. I was doing something, didn't have my eyes on the way I should, and didn't have my head screwed in right. Just had one of these pads blow up all in my face. So got to get all of that out. Got a few things I'm going to need to do to it. I'm going to go in and primer it one good time and get some sanding done, of course. But I know I got a lot more that I have got to do. I guess it'd be best for me to go on and get that done before I prime it the first time. Will I need to go all the way down like I'm doing to this one on the rest of the car? Probably not. This one I am, because I can, and because that's what I'm doing, seeing if I can get it done and getting it done right. Now, y'all, when you're painting with like really expensive, I'm talking about the good stuff. That's right, the Harbor Freight good stuff. I got the compressor going. I apologize, it just turned off. And I mean the good stuff like the O'Reilly Duplicolor Primer Surfacer. I mean, you got to make sure your workstation is clean. Don't pay attention to the dust here. I got my I got my system set up, of course, water separator. I don't really know how to get that other thing to work to regulate the air pressure, so I'm gonna use the gun to regulate the air pressure. Hopefully it don't turn out all right. Hopefully it turns out all right. I got to do some mixing some more and one-to-one with the surface primer and the stuff, so it really gives you 2 gallons of primer. Should help me with at least a couple of cars. I've got my ventilation system in there. I am going to put it on and wear it. I think I'm ventilated all right. Here comes Nikki T. So we're getting all this done. Hopefully when we get back, we're going to be putting paint down. I'm ready, I think. I don't know how this is going to work, but we shall see together. Too much air, way too much air. Too much air, I gotta get this fixed. Be back in a second. All right, y'all, listen now. I tell you, when you're working with a new gun and you ain't got your adjustments quite set, you usually end up with issues you don't like. A few things I did wrong. One, I knew it was gonna be wrong, and I didn't do anything to remedy it. And two, I found out I got a lot more work to do. All right, one, let me come in close. Yep, got a run right there. That one's all mine. And the reason it is I didn't have my gun set. My gun wasn't set. I was trying to get it to come out. I had too much air pressure. I didn't have my paint going into the gun. And then when I had it going into the gun, I had it going into the gun too much. So of course that's where that is. And the rest, you can't see. Okay, maybe you can. I got some fuzzies on there. And y'all, them fuzzies came off them red cloths right there. I washed it, and I was supposed to get my microfiber cloth and wash the fuzz off, but guess what? That sandpaper grit will knock it off here in just a minute. But I did notice, yep, I got some work to do. I don't know if you can really tell this. I got some work to do here. Looked like there was a little bit to get that cone right. I got some work there. I've got some work here, and I got some work here. All right, y'all, here we are, day 2 of our fender painting. Not finger painting, but fender painting. I'm actually working on this. I want to work some metal. Here's some metal working tools actually found in the Pinto right up there a long time ago. If you look down, of course, I've got 2 dents here, one here, one here. And then if you look down this way, you can't really see it there, but you can see it. Oh, let's see. You see that dent there? Yep, got to work that one out. Got to get some Bondo here, work in this. Probably have to touch up those parts, touch up this, prime it again, sand it down to about 400, 600. And after we get it down that far, then we'll be able to put our paint on it. I'm gonna tell y'all what, equal opposite pressure. Maybe still a little ding there. Maybe still a tad bit, but I mean, it ain't much if it is. All right, y'all, I think you need to take your successes where you can find them. Of course, I think I pretty much got this dent pretty much banged out, which was fairly easy. I think I got this one pretty much close. But this one here, I think I got some high spots, as you can see. So I banged those down a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work here. Probably have to bang them down a little bit more. I can feel the edge when I go across. So I need to ding those down a little bit and put some filler in there. Gonna need some filler there too where it's low. Got a little filler here where it's low. All right, y'all, a little quick tip. These little, I don't know what type material they are. They're a little hard plastic, but they're very flexible. I get it to mix my Bondo up on. You can put the Bondo on a flat surface, put this on a flat surface, mix up your Bondo here, and when it dries, do like that, and the Bondo comes right off. I mean, it's easy cleanup, good way to go. I'm gonna tell y'all what, mixing up Bondo is just so much fun. Some people may say it's not, but boy, I don't know why it's so good. Look at it. I mean, that stuff just comes right off, and just keep mixing until you have a consistent color. Time to go on the fender. Yep, it's not the best filler in the world, but it's what we got, y'all. All right, here's that spot. Let's go after this one now. All right, now we wait while all this dries. It's close to drying, and as it dries, we'll be ready to start sanding it. Of course, light, a little bit heavy here, but we got more work to do there. A little bit heavier there because I didn't get this done. I had to mix up another batch for this, but no problem there. So now the work continues. One of the grinds in being a body man, and I'm a long way from being a body man, is actually filling painting until you get it right. And that could take a novice like myself numerous times. It's just part of it. Of course, I've got some edges here I know I've got to that I'm gonna have to remedy and have to putty again, but I'm gonna paint this, at least get one area right, and then work your way down until you get it all right. Of course, I got more putty at the back that I've got to clean up. I've already done the top. Yes, I'm using a can primer on these areas, so I'm not having to get my compressor and mix with primer. Only time I'll use that is when I'm priming the whole thing again, when I get it close to right. So that's where we're at now. This is just the work progress. I mean, it's just put your head down and go to work. All right, y'all, here's another thing. This is just a little tip that I need to hear, so I'm gonna say it out loud. This corner, of course, must have been dinged up and dented. I didn't know it, and when I was sanding it kind of aggressively, I got down into the Bondo, and when I did, I should have stopped and just fixed that little spot and then tenderly, but I just went on and now I've got to form it back up, and I found out I'm not all that good at doing that. Yo, I got to go to church sometimes. you need practice because you ain't good at something. I ain't too good at Bondo. I ain't too good at it at all, but I'm gonna get better. I'm practicing. I put on 3 pounds of Bondo, and about less than 1/4 of an ounce of it has stuck so far in good places. Everything else is good except this front corner, and it's getting there. It just ain't there yet. So I was hoping to have it painted today, but that didn't happen either. Old bird up there pooped on it one time. But I'm going to church, got prayer meeting. Tomorrow, I'll be back at it for an hour or two. Hey y'all, what happens when a man's out here trying to work and his wife over here washing her car? I mean, you can't get no work done. Y'all, Nikki T's over there washing her car. She's got her procedure tomorrow. She wanted to get that car shine before she was out of business for a few days. Went and got some paint, getting ready. Day 3 for 1 fender, so it would take me all of about a month to do a whole car. Sometimes you just got to start over. I couldn't get that point right, and I didn't know how much Bondo was on it, so I just dug in. All right, y'all, we got the old man showed up. He's wanting to check my progress. Even Nikki T's out here. JC and Grammy, I think's back there somewhere. But y'all, I've started over so many times. I've been wondering why I hadn't been painting, and now I know why. I got a few things with glaze on it, a few things with Bondo on it. I'm doing a little painting here and there, letting it dry, do a little painting and letting it dry. It's gonna be nice when I get done with it, about 3 videos from now.
Already up.
All right, y'all, I told the old man I got him something for his birthday, and I had it sitting in my garage forever. I hope it's the right color.
That's a great old big truck. I mean box.
Great old big box. It's supposed to be a great old big box, so it won't bust. It won't get hit with a, oh boy. It ain't perfect, but it's the right color in it.
Nope.
It ain't?
I don't think so.
It's burgundy. Yours is burgundy. Even got the pigtails on it. Still got the light pigtails. Look at there.
I think mine's more red, but it don't matter.
He said he thinks his is more red, but guess what?
We're gonna paint it if we have to.
It's better.
It's better than what I got.
It's most certainly better. That is the right side, isn't it? Isn't that the one you?
Yeah.
It's the right
I
side.
know that come with it.
Yep, all one piece.
That's good. I hit it right here. Busted this and bent it right there.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it, didn't we, yo? That joker hit it going 90 miles an hour. Said he put it in first gear. I said, we know. He was driving into that joker.
I just didn't turn the switch off.
Y'all didn't watch that video. Maybe they shut it. The old YouTube shut it down on me. But I'm glad the old man's got his part. Hopefully it'll go to working. But y'all, it gets to a point where you just got to take it. I've got it sanded down, 320. I'm about to go 600. A few areas, of course. I mean, I'll take it. Y'all may not on your car, but on mine, it's gonna be good enough. Of course, I think it would have been easier on the car because it wouldn't have moved around as much. I'd have been able to work it where I could. But I think when I get paint on it and get clear on it, and if you don't look at it too close, it's gonna be good. All right, y'all, I'm going with the, let's see what it is. Wimbledon, nope, Championship White. This paint shop, Duplicolor. It is already not the best paint in the world. It's ready to spray lacquer. Just take it down with some acetone. It's gonna look decent on that. I know overspray and overspray, but come on now. A little cleanup. It's white. All right, y'all, I know it's hard to pick up perfection on the camera, but it's white. It's championship white. The base is put down. That's 2-3 coats of white. So I'm letting it flash for about 10 minutes, and then I'm coming back with 2-3 coats of clear. I see a few spots, dust, and got a spot of speck of dust there, and I have something hanging right here. But all that I think will come out. But all in all, I mean, if y'all look at that, woo, I mean, it ain't perfection, but for RevStoration, that's good looking. I mean, it's whew, she's painted white. All right, y'all, I'm gonna clear it, and after we clear it, it's gonna harden in this Georgia heat in about 20 minutes. Y'all, now it's dry time. Now, of course, outside of the fly poop that I'll get off after it dries, I'm gonna give it some time to cure. Probably come back outside in a little bit after the sun gets ready to go down, and put it inside the garage. Then I may try to work off some of the little stuff that's dropped on it from this tree. Probably ain't a good idea to do it right here, but I did it anyway. Got one spot there that was under. That's probably always going to be there. This is a signature mark that I did it. This one here will probably come out. But I mean, y'all look at that. Look at them lines. Woo! Yep, got one little bubble right there. I see, but nobody else saw it. Hey, it ain't perfect, but for Rev, it's perfectly fine. All right, folks, the whole video today was just the idea to see if I could still paint. It's been 10, 15 years since I painted a rig, and I was out of practice. This video you've watched, you've saw, old Rev's out of practice. I got all kind of cars I need to paint. I mean, Daddy's got like 40. The old man's yard is full of old cars that need some paint on it. I've got a 67 Galaxy, got a 62 Falcon, got all of a 63 Falcon except one Fender. Yep, I've got one. I've even got another one, Pinto, that I really want to get done. And really the one I really want to work on is my son's truck to get it painted. But I really don't know. I mean, I really don't. Woo, look at there, y'all. Did y'all see it? My goodness almighty. Look at it. I got one little smudge back there in a hurry trying to get it on. But I mean, can y'all picture it? I mean, look at that fender. And I mean, the rest of this car needs to be done. I mean, look at there. I don't know about y'all. I barely got it set on. Of course, I got a little smudge there. I'll clean up after it dries tomorrow. But y'all, all in all, that is gonna be a good looking rig. I mean, when I get it done, she's gonna be sweet. Hey, I appreciate y'all so very much for watching. For the old man, for myself, for Nikki T, all of the RevStoration crew here at my house. We love y'all. We're sorry we hadn't had much content putting out. Nikki T, today's Thursday. Nikki T goes in for surgery again early in the morning. We pray everything's gonna be good with that, and recovery will be a little bit easier than the last one. But y'all just, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. YouTube is a finicky beast, but y'all are awesome. I mean, those that watch on YouTube, y'all are truly a blessing to us. So we thank y'all so very much for watching. Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know if you think, I mean, it don't look bad. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Love you. Thank you for watching. What do we say? Yep, deuces. May God bless. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.